So it's the kind of thing where you have to pick your battles. And one of the battles I have picked is making sure my kid is as safe as possible, all of them. And that's that. You can only do so much. And if you just sit there and worry about it all the time, frankly, you just stress yourself out and you become a less good parent. Your parenting suffers. Everything in your life suffers. So it's one of those, like there's literally a million things that can happen to any person that walks this planet every day that can make something terrible happen. And if you were to really sit down and think about all of them, it would just stress you out for the rest of your life. So you do what you can, you do the best you can, and you just keep moving forward. So that's all we can do. So am I going to pull my kids out of school or anything like that? No, it's more important that they get an education. So yeah, it's a terrible situation, man. And it's indicative of many things, not just gun laws. Like the thing, here's the thing. Like, it's absolutely terrible that these events happen where kids go to a school with a gun and do terrible things at that school there. But I guarantee you that if guns weren't available, then those troubled people would still do something to lash out that would probably end in the deaths of others. And it probably just wouldn't involve there are other major factors at play that aren't just guns. Like the main factor here is the fact that there are people in this world that feel it's okay to go into a school and cause any type of harm. That's the problem. That's the real issue. For instance, I mean, what if that same guy didn't have access to guns, so he made a bomb out of fertilizer that he could get at Home Depot? Like, what do we do then? We just ban the problem is that people think that's okay, think it's something they can do, and think that's a right course of action. So, knives, stuff like that. Absolutely. So it's messed up. Now, don't get me wrong. There's absolutely an argument for saying that kid should not have had access to a rifle that worked the way that it did. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying either side is wrong or either side is right. But to think that there's an off switch that you can switch is just that's ignorant. That's ignorant. So it's a complex situation that needs to be approached in a complex manner. Yeah. Lena Marie says, it only happens in America, though. Yes, a lot of that stuff only happens in America. But guess what? There's a lot of things that lead kids to huge mental health issues and problems that only happen in America. And for the record, it doesn't only happen in America. It happens in other places as well. Not nearly as much. But for instance, yes, it happens a lot more in America. And that's true. Absolutely. But at the same vein, it's like there's other things that happen only in America that lead these kids to get. I mean, we have a very shitty healthcare system. We have a very shitty mental health care system. Like, it's terrible. Kids get isolated super easily. Terrible things happen. They become radicalized in their own ways. And that happens a lot more here. So, I mean, like, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. But the whole, like, it's very diminutive to say there's more gun access in America and that's why there's more shootings. Not really. I mean, like, it still turns into terrible stuff. Like, terrible things still happen because terrible people do them. So, yeah, there's a lot of other stuff at play. So just, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. I wish it was. Trust me, I wish it was. I wish it was. I wish it was as easy as saying, "Oh, kids have access to guns. Don't give them access to guns. Yay, no more problems." I wish it was that easy. Unfortunately, it's not. So, yeah. That's not how that works. That being said, there's definitely more that can be done. Yeah. No question. And honestly, I've already spoken so much more on this because I can already tell there's people in chat that said, well, I I disagree with what he says, and let's list the reasons why. What do you say about that, streamer? Disagree with me. That's fine, dude. We'll disagree. That's cool. I don't care. Like there's again, it's a complex issue, and we're not gonna solve it here on Twitch while playing EverQuest. Know what I mean? So the point is that if you do disagree with me or feel differently, that's awesome. And I hope that whatever avenues you use to express your opinion are right. And I hope that you take however zealotous you feel about it and you make some actual change in the world. Please do. Because we're not going to do it here tonight. We're not going to do it here tonight. Technique, how are you? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for the raid. No, it's fine, Technique. We're all done. We're all done. Thank you much for the raid. Subs! Flood this channel with hearts. Show these raiders we won't take any guff from these swine. Thank you very much for joining us, Technique viewers. Welcome. Good to see all of you. Is this one of those classic lock servers? This is a progression server we're playing on tonight. Yeah, this is a progression server. You got it. Do you regain mana without sitting? Yes, but not nearly as much. You meditate when you sit, which is a lot different. Yep. You meditating gives you, like, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's significantly more than if you just stand there. I think your attitude toward political opinions is quite healthy. Thank you for not being one of those people who might ban or shun those whose opinions differ from yours. It's quite refreshing. Dude, I mean, every opinion can be wrong and every opinion can be better. That's how I fundamentally feel about this stuff these days. Just how it is. I sometimes wish that we could discuss this more here, but it's really hard when there's this many people and people can kind of, you can't really express your opinion articulately enough to really have a solid discussion about it. So the most you can do is kind of like say your piece and hope to the Lord above that people can respect it. And if you hear something you don't like, just respect it as well. Just do the best you can. It's a best effort situation. Absolutely. It's a best effort situation. Anyway, that's it. That's cool. Hey, we got a 5 bomb. Thank you, J Row Your Boat, for the 5. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Do I meditate? Man, I've tried. Meditation is so good. There's so many good things that meditation does for you. It's just the benefits are like a mile long on a sheet of paper, but it's so hard for me. It's so hard for me. Oh my. Thank you, J-Ro. I really appreciate it. Why is the window thing visible? There you go. I start meditating and instantly, like it literally takes me less than 30 seconds and I am not doing it right. So last time I tried to meditate, I just fell asleep. I wish that meditating just made me fall asleep. That's one of the times that I try to meditate is when I'm going to bed because I want to go to sleep. I have a really hard time getting to sleep. But yeah, it just doesn't really work for me, man. Thank you, Soldat. Yeah. Trondy with the brand new sub. Thank you, Trondy. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. ADHD gang. Right. What? Right on. Yes. Your attitude about politics, I'll vote for you to be our next president. Oh, please, dude. With my attitude of politics, I should never be president. I don't. I want to do this stupid thing called listen to everyone and find solutions that work for everyone. And the problem is that's never going to be popular. So, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry about that. Thanks, Trondy. I appreciate it, Ben. Thank you very much. It's all meditating is all about refocusing your thoughts to your breath, to your heartbeat. You're never going to force the way your mind ticks. It's to not let yourself ruminate on something. Oh. Yeah, I need to something that somebody told me a long time ago that was really good at the whole like mental control stuff is that every single person has a type of meditation that works for them. Like and everyone's meditation can be different. So like I've thought about that a lot and I've tried a bunch of different ways, but I feel like I have not yet found whatever meditation works best for me. I've never really found one that clicks. I always feel like I'm fighting the tide, if that makes sense. Mm-mm. Yeah. I don't know. Tough. Yayo says, Cohh, can we get a fitness channel in the Discord, maybe? Could be a place that people need help getting in shape or finding accountability buddies. Honestly, we'd have to ping Barry, but I think we had a fitness channel in the Discord for a while. Not 100% sure. But I want to say we tried that for a while. I know we got one in our chat that will not be named, but yeah, we'll look into that. I don't know a lot about it, but there's no wrong way to meditate. You taking your time to do it is already bringing benefits. That's true. Yeah. Well, actually, funny enough, great Canadian Bacon Bit says taking a ride on your bike carefree sounds like good meds for me to you. That is one of the biggest things one of the biggest reasons I like riding my bike. Like when I go out on my motorcycle, I don't have a phone. I don't have music or headphones. It's just me and the ride, and that's all I can focus on, and that is one of the reasons I absolutely love doing it. It's like one of the only times that I can actually like just take all that other stuff out of my life and do it. But yeah, it's nice. Motorcycling is your meditation then? Maybe so. Yeah, maybe so. Ooh, a fine steel rapier. Yeah, it's so nice, man. Oh my Lord. I feel so refreshed every time I come back from a ride. It is a thing. What do I ride? Right now I have a Ninja 1000 SX and a BMW R1250 RS. And on the way, I have a Ducati Supersport 950S. Yeah, trading in my Hayabusa for that one. Nothing more meditative than focusing 100% on not dying. Yes. What happened to the arch? Oh, it's still on the way. Yeah. Why no Harley? I don't have a Harley thing. I don't have a Harley right now because I've always been a sports bike rider. I've only been riding for a few years. So, but honestly, like, Harley's been making these things called Nightsters recently that look super awesome. So maybe one day. I've never been like a big, like, brum, 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 brum. Like, I'm not a big, like, loud Harley guy. That's not the kind of biker that I am. Granted, my bikes are loud and all have custom exhausts, but I've not really done that. Yeah, so. But I love how you sit on a Harley, and I love how Harleys look. And their new Nightster line looks like freaking totally badass. So, yeah. I want to try them one day. It looks so comfy. Yeah, like Lena just says, Harleys are awesome. It's like riding your comfy chair around. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. Also, dude, some of the people I've seen riding Harleys, like, I can't imagine. Like, they'll be laying back and their arms will be like above their head. Like, how is that comfortable? I don't know. How do you see? Like, you got giant bars and like the front of, like, I don't even know, man. Ape hangers? Sometimes I see someone riding a bike and I'm just like, how do you see in front of you? Is that even safe? I don't even know, man. You can't steer properly like that. I know, right? It's crazy. Ape hangers are not comfortable. Yeah. I don't know. I think one of the reasons I like sports bikes so much is they remind me of like when I used to ride bikes as, you know, as like a kid. Like I'm used to leaning forward and kind of holding my weight a little bit on my arms. So you really connect with the road that way. I feel like you really, especially with like the Ninja's super light and it's super strong and it's really fast. So it's nice kind of being like right on the road with it. I can't imagine being like casual, you know, with that kind of, I don't know. I'll have to try it one day. One day. Like many Harley riders have told me, oh, you've never ridden a Harley? That's why you don't have a Harley. I've gotten that more than a few times. You don't have a Harley because you haven't tried one yet. Just try one. Just try one. You'll get it. You'll get it. Just try one. I went from cruisers to sports bikes. The wind on a cruiser is constantly trying to throw you off the machine. Uh, oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, cruisers are. I mean, I don't know about that, man. I had a Ninja 650, and before my 1000 SX, and dude, you get a 650 up to like 55, 60 on the freeway, and you're literally like just the bike is so light, and you're going so fast. I mean, it feels like you're a leaf on the wind. It made me almost nervous to ride that bike on the highway. Because I mean, you're constantly being like, your handlebars are never going straight. It's wild. I don't see how people ride bikes lighter than that, honestly. Not, a leaf on the wind, not in a good way. Not in a good way. Yeah. Howdy says sit. Yes, sir. I'm just walking around talking about motorcycles. No, I didn't see the Ashley's Creation stuff yet. Yeah. Rich Bulldog, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. 16-inch. Wow. Wow. Riding 125cc at 70 is an experience. How do you get 125cc at 70 miles an hour? Can they even do that? Oh, man. Oh, Lord. I can only imagine, dude. AOC stuff is amazing. It's beautiful in the latest graphics. Nice. Nice. Barely. Downhill with a push. Are you planning on watching Asmongold's OTK Game Fest showcase? That is the first I've ever heard of that. What is that exactly? Is that like a Summer Games Fest thing? Or is that like... Why am I seeing nopers in chat? Oh, your character does not have a standing desk. You don't know me. You don't know me. OTK are doing their own games expo. It's showcasing 50 smaller developers. But no OTK streamers play indie games. Are they? Oh, it's 30. Wait. It's 30 games and $50,000 in prize. What is it exactly? Is it like a contest? It's still, well, here's the thing. It's still cool. Like, I really like indie devs. And I like seeing really big streamers give more awareness to indie devs. That's kind of awesome. When is it and everything? It's not conflicting with like another show or something, is it? Yeah, we might check it out, dude. For sure. Watching an OTK event means being around an OTK audience? Not necessarily. I mean, trust me, if it's an OTK event, that means the OTK streamers are going to be covering it. So I think any OTK fans will be with the OTK guys. I don't think you need to worry about that. They'll be off doing their thing with them. Yeah, you know, that'd be just fine. What is OTK? OTK is a streaming group called One True King, and it is a streaming group that involves mostly like IRL streamers and Asmongold. Yeah, it's like the big. It's really okay. Something that I've always wondered. OTK is called One True King. That's a joke, right? Yeah, okay. That's like the Lone Rangers from that movie Airheads from back in the day, right? Yeah. Or are they just talking about Asmongold? Maybe Asmongold's a true king. It's probably Asmongold's probably the king, isn't he? Is that him? Oh yeah, Rich is in there. Rich is in there. He does a lot of games. He does a lot of IRL stuff too, but he does a lot of games. He was I used to lurk in his Final Fantasy 14 streams. Yeah. Esfin's in there, and he plays a lot of like he's got a crazy cool like sports setup. He does a lot of sports games and stuff. So yeah, they definitely have gamers. I don't think any of them really do a lot of indie games, but I still think it's. I wonder how that started because yeah, that's weird that they don't really like play indie games, but they decide to do like a big indie showcase. You got to admit that's the more I think about it, that's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome because they probably could have done. It probably could have gone bigger, like bigger style games with it. I'm guessing, with how many viewers they get as a team. So it's pretty cool they decided to go small with it. I like that. Mm-hmm. Morty says you worked for Rich. I didn't know that. I did not work for Rich. No, I lurked. I lurked in Rich's streams when he was playing Final Fantasy 14. He would be on in the morning. Yeah, so like he would do super long streams that go into when I would wake up. So I'd like be scrolling through the stream on my phone, this like my follow list, and I would see him streaming like 14, like way up in the morning. Yeah, I lurked, not worked for. Yeah. Funny enough, I kid you not, like probably a solid 70% of the time I would tune into Rich's stream, it would just be Lalafel's dancing. 80%. Let's go with 80%. Yeah. But hey, they were good dancers. Dude knew what he was doing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uninstallafel. The potatoes can dance, man. I mean, Rich streams are basically just chatting. He doesn't play games that much. Yeah, I mean, you know, whatever. These days, there's a lot of middle ground between gaming and just chatting while you play games. But you know, it happens. Yeah. Which is a big site. It is. It is. Can't imagine what it would be like watching a streamer just chat with a game in the background. I know, right? I know. Like, what game possibly takes so little attention that you can just watch, chat, and talk to them the whole time you play it? Crazy, huh? What's up, Den? How you doing tonight? Mm-hmm. I know. Who would watch that, right? Crazy. The audacity. Hey, Wakiki, how you doing? Oh, look at Stacy says, certainly not 4,000 people. Certainly not. Certainly not. Hey, Clubbin, what's up, bud? But yeah, hey, I didn't actually see a date on that. Did anyone have a date for the OTK Indie Showcase? Does it have a date? June 8th. June 8th. June 8th. Oh, nothing. Oh, that's the day before Summer Game Fest. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Interesting. All right on, man. Cool. Master Shock, are there viewers here? No. Why do Greedfall 2? I'll probably check it out. Yeah. What's the goal of what I'm doing right now? I'm leveling. We're getting experience. Getting that sweet experience. Mm-hmm. Are there any viewers here? No, just bots mostly. Yeah. Just bots and AIs that my mom designed to make me feel less lonely when I'm playing video games. And Barry. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Dirty says from their own press release, The difference with this show is the focus will be primarily on indie games. Zach states, Zach is Asmongold. Zach states the aim of this expo is to aid underrepresented developers who might not have the same opportunities and avenues that bigger developers and companies have. That's cool, man. It's kind of funny though, because they're basically doing, from the sounds of it, exactly what Guerrilla Collective is doing. I wonder if they reached out to them. Is that, like, Guerrilla Collective is a collection of indie developers doing basically exactly that. It'd be super cool if they were involved in some way. Yeah, that's essentially what the Guerrilla Collective does, and in some ways the PC Gamer Showcase too. When is the Guerrilla Collective? June 11th. Okay, June 11th at 11 a.m. Cool. We've got PlayStation on June 2nd. That's at 6 p.m. But we're gonna try to watch that for sure. That's Thursday. Then we've got Summer Games Fest a week later. We've got the OTK thing the day before that. We've got Netflix Geeked Week Gaming on June 10th. I have no idea what that is. We've got the Tribeca Game Spotlight on June 10th too. Guerrilla Collective is that Saturday at 11. Wholesome Direct at 12:30. I don't know what Wholesome Direct is. Future Game Show is at 3 on that Saturday. So Saturday is going to be like 11, 12:30, and 3. And then Sunday is Xbox Bethesda at 1, and then the PC Gaming Show at 3:30. So, yeah, a lot going on between June 2nd and June 12th. That is going to be a relatively packed week. Couple weeks. What games are you looking forward to the most right now? I don't know. It's kind of hard. Like, I'm hoping that at Summer Games Fest we're gonna get some surprise announcements, because there's not really anything. Everything that was kind of big coming out this year is being pushed back or changed. So we're gonna have to see, man. I don't know. All I do know is I gotta get some sleep. This Cohh be tired. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun just kind of hanging out and chilling. Tomorrow morning is going to be more Songs of Conquest. Had a great time with that game. Gonna be doing that tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, I don't know what we're doing yet. May go for a ride. May play some King Arthur. May play more something. I don't know. Maybe we'll just more about for a while. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Coming up close is going to be either Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition or Dragon Age Origins. So keep your butt ready for that. And then on top of that, more fun and games, man, as we move on. Barry Carline says, I'm having a morb. Well, you morb, my dude. You morb. All right, friendos. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are around the globe. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really do appreciate it. Don't y'all more about too hard, and I will see you tomorrow for a good amount more morbid.